All right, so this one's for Randy from one of our social media accounts. Steve is writing in, for the last 3 years, we have rented from a landlord couple, and currently we are just month to month. Recently, we've been informed that the husband and wife landlords are getting divorced. Is there something in the air or the water? I mean, just think about the amount of divorces. Both have called me individually, this is from Steve, and asked me to send the rent check to them directly. The wife hinted that if I didn't send it to her, she would give me notice, which I don't even know if that's legal since he's got some sort of contract, maybe. Each one has called a couple of times, and it definitely feels like harassment. The husband sent me a letter stating his new address and rent increase. They have put me in the middle of a messy situation. So who does he send the rent check to, Chuck, and how does he handle it?
Okay. Well, first off, depends again on who's on the deed. Okay. Who owns the property? That's who you write the check to. If it's
What if
the
they're
two of them,
both? What if it's both?
you write the check to both of them. Let them handle it. It's not your problem.
There you go.
Yeah, you write it to both of them. They try and evict you for that. No, that's not going to fly. That's
I'm
their
sorry,
problem.
Chuck. No, that's a smart move. What if
it is right?
Yeah. All right. So what if it's the Billy Bob rental company?
That's who you write it to.
That's who you write it to, because you don't really care. Can they evict or can they raise the rent if you've got a lease?
Well, it depends. You said they were month to month.
Yeah, so they don't have a lease, right? Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Well, no. You can have a lease that's month to month, and in fact, a lease doesn't have to be written. A month to month lease typically isn't written. Yeah, but the idea of notices are what take precedence here. I can't tell you to get out of the house if you have a month to month lease until I give you that 30-day notice. Same thing with raising the rent. Okay. Hey, we're going to raise the rent. I got to give them the 30-day notice. 30-day notice, if given today, 30 days out is going to be what, May 5th? Or May 10th or whatever day it is today. Yeah, right. Say May 9th, right. And then to the end of May. So it would be June before you could have that increase in rent. Okay, but you can do it. You just have to follow the rules. Now, if you have a year-long lease, they can't just go changing the terms on you. It's just not allowed. It doesn't matter whether they're divorced. Doesn't matter whether they sell. That's why at a closing, it's particularly important. If you're buying a house that has a tenant in it, make sure that tenant's gone before, if you're planning on moving in, mainly because if there's a lease involved, you're buying that house subject to that lease. If that tenant's not out, that's your tenant.
And you have to file eviction proceedings. Is that correct? Yeah.
Exactly.
And in the contract, it does say whether the tenant stays or the lease stays with the property.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But as a matter of law, if you have a house, a rental house, you've got a tenant in it, I buy that house, I now have a house with a tenant in it. Yeah. I'm bound by your lease.
For better or worse, because at least you got rental income coming in. That may not be what you want.
Not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that lease, you just can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
So they get divorced. Okay, fine. You're getting divorced, but that's your problem, not mine. I'm going to keep writing the check the same way I've been doing it.
Yeah. And so just FYI on this, if you need, I would definitely call Chuck. And if he doesn't do it, he does evictions.
I know who does.
He knows who does. Yeah. We're out of time. My thanks to Chuck Crosby of the Crosby Law Offices, 499-6360. They do closings, as we've been talking about. You can pick the closing attorney that you want. And Chuck is highly recommended by myself and the folks who are on our team. We've used him. And then Randy Rocky, if you're looking to get a mortgage for your house, Randy Rocky, Swan Financial. And Randy, you're still doing a refi when the rates come down, right? Am I correct about that?
Right, and no closing cost.
No closing cost. So that is something you shop it if you need to, but give Randy a call.
Loan Officer for Life program. Yes.
There you go.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. 645-0736.